if you won $10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on? And before you answer it, I think you're just going to cut everybody off from your life and just go live on your own.
Welcome to the Deep Podcast.
What's going on, podcast people, all you podcast lovers? Today's episode is brought to you by Anchor, the one-stop shop for all your podcasting needs. If you're thinking about starting a podcast or if you're already a seasoned pro, Anchor is the perfect platform for you. With their user-friendly interface and top-notch features, you can record, edit, and distribute all your podcasts to all the major platforms with just a few clicks. And the best part, it's freaking free. I said that right, it's free. Whether you're a solo host or you have a team of co-hosts, Anchor has got you covered. So what are you waiting for? Let's get it started, baby. Start that podcast, give Anchor a try, and let your voice be heard. So without further ado, guys, we're going to get this started. Let's get into it. Welcome to the Deep. This is my new podcast. I rebranded. You guys used to know me as That's So Super. My name is still the same, but I did rebrand. I did change the name. So it's called Welcome to the Deep because this podcast is where we dive deep into conversations and explore the depths of my thoughts and our future guest thoughts. I'm your host, Starr. You can call me Starr, you can call me Starr Sua, whatever you guys want to call me, but I'm excited to share this journey with you, and let's get it going. And like I said, guests, we got some guests. Actually, we got one guest coming on the show today. We're going to be getting to know this person a little bit more. I'm going to ask her some deep questions, you know what I mean? And she don't got to answer it if she don't want to, but we're going to get that going. We're going to be looking at Reddit. There is a couple crazy stories on Reddit, so I am going to read a story on Reddit, and then me and the guests will be talking about it. So coming in, we got the time that you all been waiting for, the time that I've been waiting for. Let me switch the scene real quick. The one, the only, none other than one of my good friends, one of my bestest friends, coming in at 6'3", basketball hooping, baseball swinging, home run hitter, Miss Janae in the building. And what's up, Janae?
Hi, Super. 6'3" though. 6'3".
Hey, you did say that you were short, and then I met you in person, and I was like, "You are not short, Missy."
I'm not. I know I'm not short. Technically, I'm not short, but doctors tell me I'm short, so it's okay.
Technically, but
technically.
Yeah. Welcome to the show. This is actually my first episode of, with the new name, Welcome to the Deep, and I figured, let's bring a fellow podcaster on as a guest. You know what I mean?
I feel honored, so honored. Yes, fellow podcaster. I don't do it no more. I need to, but with my time scheduling and everything else, there's no way possible I can do it. You got lucky because I'm off today, so.
Well, I did ask you. I did ask you. Are you available Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday?
Wednesday, Thursday, or even Friday? No, how's next week looking?
All right. Well,
you got me.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our guest, the beautiful Janae. Like I said, she's a former podcaster. Who knows? Maybe she'll come back on making her own podcast again or starting it back up. I mean, it was called F&J Vibes, right?
F&J Vibes, yep.
Good. Because you always bring the vibes.
You can still listen to it. It's still on Spotify, still on Anchor, it's on Pandora too. It's everywhere. Apple Podcasts, all that. It's still around.
Okay. I see.
If you want to hear about my craziness, tune into that stuff. It's all old, but
I don't need to rehear all the craziness because I already know all the craziness. But let's dive into it real quick. I wanted you to tell them your name again, where you're from, and just a little bit about yourself before I get into these questions.
All right. I'm Janae. Clearly, obviously, that's my name. Or Jay or Nay. Some people call me Dip. Some people have cut off my name and just call me Nay. I'm born and raised in California. Yes, the sunshine state that is expensive as hell, but it's okay. I'm 32. Yeah, I said that. I'm 32 because no one believes me. Let's see. I play softball. I'm a former. Well, I am not a former. I still am a vampire, which means I draw blood. So if those people that don't know, because if I say I'm a phlebotomist, people are gonna be like, "What's a phlebotomist?" So I'm a vampire. I take blood. I've known Super for 2 years now, 2.5 years.
Something like that.
Something like that. I feel like I've known him since he's been out the womb because I'm older. But no, that's pretty much it. I play Fortnite. I play COD every now and then. Play Dead by Daylight. I'm also a streamer on Twitch too. I'm a very small streamer, but I'm getting there, getting my way up. Like to have fun. I talk a lot of shit, but that's me. If I didn't, I wouldn't be me.
Give
And
us
still
a
brassing my rants.
give us something. Give us a reason why people like, or give us a why you talk so much shit.
Why? Because why not?
Well, I mean, because there is, what people say,
I
like
mean,
people will talk shit because they talk shit to them. You know what I'm saying?
pretty much that's why I talk shit. I'm not gonna lie. But I mean, it's like fun, like talk shit. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna talk. No. It's like a lot of fun and games and love. So people don't get offended. I get it right back. So it's all good. All good. I get trolled. I troll them back. It's all one big happy family at the end of the day.
Right.
So it's all good.
Right, exactly. Well, speaking of talking smack, so here's a question. What do people misunderstand about you most?
Misunderstand.
That you're a phlebotomist?
Well, yeah, some people don't think that. I think it's like my face because I'm like, yeah, I feel like all like I'm open and everything like that. Like that, I can't even talk right now. But I feel like when you see me just like on the street, just like regularly, I have a real case of resting bitch face, and I will hold it until like the end of like no other. And people think, oh, she's mean, she's this. Nah, I'm really not. I'm really actually really chill, really cool, really fun. It's just my face in general. I am working on it, but that's probably what I think people take the wrong way when they see me or even meet me. They're like, oh yeah, she's a you know what, but
just a tip for everybody that's listening or watching. Just don't get on her bad side, because
that too.
that's pretty much it.
That too.
Everybody's got, that side that you really don't want to be on,
Yeah,
but
that's where you push the buttons a little bit too much, and then
yeah.
it's like, all right,
But
a
it's
whole
usually
another person
like
steps out.
it's usually the quiet ones that are like way over
It
the
is.
top, bro. It's
Mm-hmm. It
crazy.
really is.
I
It
had
really.
a
I mean, I still am like a quiet one, not really, but yeah,
I had a
just depends.
I have a memory of one of my friends in high school, and we were I forgot, I think we were juniors or sophomores or whatever, and usually it was a quiet kid. I forgot his name. I If he ends up listening to this, he probably gonna know I'm talking about him. But anyways, we were kind of messing around. It was like towards the end of school, and the teacher kind of let us go. The teacher was cool. He was young. I think he was like mid to late 30s. So he was like a new teacher, but he was young, and he kind of let us go. He had like a couple of activities because, like I said, it was the ending of school already, like going to summertime. So we were just chilling, and one of our um one of our other friends, we always call him a bully because he does bullyish stuff, but he was throwing like mini paper balls just randomly to people, and like putting his head down so that we wouldn't know it was him, but we all knew it was him. And then he threw like a couple to the quiet kid because he just wanted to mess it. So he threw it to the quiet kid, and the quiet kid's like, "Hey, don't do that. Don't throw that at me again." And then he was just laughing. And then like maybe a couple minutes later, he throws it again to the quiet kid. Bro, the quiet kid literally like flipped his desk and like stomped over to the bully guy, right? Oh my god, like everybody, the whole room went quiet because it was just so shocking. It was like, bro, like we didn't know you had this side of you, man.
Hey, you never know. It's the quiet ones. Telling you, quiet ones be
It's
like, whoa,
no, right, exactly.
pull that left field.
So, what is an insult that you received that you are proud of?
An insult that I've received that I'm proud of.
It's an interesting question for sure.
That is. I can't even think of one, honestly. Now I'm like trying to think like when have I ever felt like insulted?
I mean,
Then
it
I'm just
it,
like,
it could depend, right? Sometimes a
yeah, it can
compliment might be
depend.
a insult, especially with
And
women,
it's
right? Especially with women, right?
yeah,
Like the guys come
yeah,
up and try to compliment them, but then it comes off the wrong way, and then it
yeah.
comes
I
off.
don't I don't know, honestly. I can't like say because if someone insults me and like I'm like, I don't know, it's probably like more when I'm driving, it's my road rage. Because people like it's my road rage. Because of course everyone's like, oh, women can't drive, blah 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 blah. I get cut off left and right. I live in California, so we all know people can't drive out here as it is. And it's like I'll cut them, like they'll cut me off, and then I end up cutting them off because I just know how to do it. But I think my road rage is like where I let out more of my insultness, I guess, because
So
people don't expect it.
so you're proud of not necessarily your actual road rage. You're proud of you being a good driver because, like you said, people assume
Yeah,
that women are bad drivers, right?
yeah, pretty much. Because like I said, you'll cut me off. Okay, that's cool, but you can speed off. But guess what? I'm right behind your tail, like right riding you because I'm right there. I don't care. I'm right
Dang,
there.
you're the tailor. You will tell people,
Mhm.
frick that.
I will tail the crap out of you. You want to tell my behind? I will brake check you with the quickness. Okay, like
Girl, I'm so afraid
yeah.
to like when somebody's telling me, I kind of hate it. And so like I want to brake check so bad, but I'm so afraid of brake checking. Cause what's the
I've done
point
it a
of
couple
brake
times.
checking?
I've done it a couple times. Not even gonna lie. I know it just depends. Like I don't mind it, but like don't do it when there's a whole other like open lanes on the freeway
Right,
and you want to just
exactly.
be a dick and just be like right behind me. Like, dude, just get over to the left. Like, like why do you have to be in this lane? Just go around.
Right, exactly. Exactly, man.
It's
Like
not
we
that
got
hard.
you got freaking five freaking lanes, man. Like we're all trying to get to
Mhm.
the place where we need to get to. Like, why be an asshole, right?
I mean, some people are just like that.
All right, well, let's see. Let's see this other question. Maybe some people, that are listening may want to know. I think it's very interesting, but what does your morning routine look like? Whether it be you going to work or it's like an off day.
Morning routine. Let's see. So if I'm going to work, depends on what time I wake up. Well, it depends on what time I go in. I'm usually up around. If I go on at 5, I'm up at 3:30 in the morning. If I go on at 8, I am up at 5:30 in the not 5:30, sorry, 6:30 in the morning. It's usually me hitting snooze on my alarm clock a lot before I actually get out of bed.
I was about to say
And then
3:30. That's way too early, man.
I mean, if I go in at 5 a.m., it doesn't take me long to get ready, but I don't want to have to rush into work. That's my thing. I don't have to rush into things. So it's usually like I said, I wake up 6:30 because right now I'm on 8 o'clock shift. I wake up at 6:30, I hit my alarm, wait, kind of close my eyes, depending on if I'm like super tired. If not, I wake up, hit it again, and about 6:50-ish, I'll actually get out of bed. I'll, brush my teeth, wash my face, throw on my scrubs, makeup, hair, and then that takes me about 45 minutes, maybe, depending if I'm rushing or not, or I'm trying to like get through because I want to go get food or coffee before work. And then I'm out the door by 7:25 and I'm at work like 10, 12, 15 minutes later and I'm already there. And I'm just in the parking lot chilling, so I gotta actually walk in work. And I'm usually on FaceTime with Duke, so that works too. That helps because he'll wake me up.
That's the thing with me, man. I can't. I don't know what it is, but I can't go to work early and then just like do nothing.
Well, it's not like I'm just like sitting there for like no, like I'm there with like 20 minutes to spare because I work at a hospital. Everyone's at the hospital. It's either for emergencies, for people are in the hospital, family members in the hospital, they need to have a doctor's appointment. So I have to leave early in order to get a good parking spot. I've lately been parking in staff parking lot because I've been lucky getting parking spots there. But just say like
I mean, aren't you
if I
staff?
wasn't parking, yeah, I am staff, but sometimes those parking lots are full.
Oh,
So
okay,
you have to
okay.
like drive around because we think we have 4 or 5 parking lots, and usually they're always full early in the morning, like around that time, especially because you have the night nurses coming off and the morning nurses coming in. And of course, all the doctors have their own special parking, so they don't have to worry about parking and things like that. So if I get there early, it's like maybe 20, 15 minutes early. And I'm just in like, I'm looking for parking. And then once I get it, I'm in my car for like about 10 minutes. So it's like I'm sitting there for like an hour waiting to kill time. No, I'm literally sitting there for like maybe it's at 20 minutes the most, and then about 5 minutes to spare. I'll like walk in and clock in, all that good stuff, and then it's business pretty much.
I guess that's not
But no,
bad. I mean,
no, it's not too bad.
for me, like I was like I'm not that far. I'm only like a 10 to 15-minute drive, right? And so I
Yeah,
literally, I mean, granted, I'm a guy too.
you you put it to last minute. Yeah, you don't got to do all the extra stuff. You literally wake up, throw on the uniform, and then brother, you at work. Bam, you can like leave your house
Yeah.
at what like the last
Well,
very 5 minutes and get to work very easily.
I was just in the military, right? And what I would do to save me time is right before I go to bed, I just shave because then I would have to shave to be clean or whatever, grooming, right? So I would shave the night before. That way, I don't have to rush in the morning shave. I just literally brush my teeth, wash my face, use the bathroom, put my clothes on, and I'm out.
Must be nice to be that simple and easy.
I mean,
Us women have to struggle.
I
Us
mean,
women have to have that little struggle in the morning. It's okay.
if you ask
I mean,
me,
I will say my routine's a little bit quicker depending on the way my hair is. Like right now, my hair is out of.
I was gonna
like,
say that's like the biggest part of your guys,
yeah,
struggle is the
it's
hair.
Yeah, because I can do my makeup within 10 minutes. Like I've gotten a routine down to where I am boom bam done 10 minutes. But it's the hair that I think takes the longest. Like if I was in braids, oh, I don't have to worry about it. I can literally take off bonnet, boom bam, ready to go out the door. But this is like, okay, I gotta take it out. Okay, how does it look? Is it messed up? Okay, it is. I'm sitting there fixing it. Or I just like screw it, throw it in a bun with the headband. Like I don't care. We have our days, but I think
That was
that's
the
the advantage that
thing.
you men have over that.
Well, I wanted to bring something up because then I was like, obviously, I mean, some guys got hair too, but most guys we don't have. We just have a nice, clean fade, high top, whatever. You want maybe like a quick gel, or if you got a beard, maybe a little bit trimming here and there, whatever. But with you females, hair is one thing, but this is just me and my feelings on how I feel about makeup. I don't think you guys need to put makeup on. I think for
You
me,
may feel like that, but I mean,
I like the natural beauty, and I
yeah, you know
admire
this.
everybody's
Well,
natural
I know this
beauty.
at least.
And maybe I shouldn't be talking about
It's
this.
just the fact. It's just okay. Depending on your work of field, I guess you can say you have to look somewhat presentable, especially if you're like dealing with people one on one or just on a
Yeah,
daily
yeah.
basis. You have to look somewhat presentable. I'm not saying full blown like
See, that's what I mean.
everything.
That's what I mean, though. Like maybe got a curl lasher. Do your
I
eyebrows.
mean, there's some women that barely put anything on and they look perfectly fine. Like, to them because I feel lost without makeup at all. But I just think it just depends on their profession and what they're actually doing. Because you want to look presentable, you're representing not just only yourself, a company that you're working for.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, it's a lot different because when I used to work in the warehouse, there's days I didn't even care. I was like, whatever, go in, hair be a mess, no makeup on. I didn't care. Like it's a warehouse, like no one's gonna see me besides people I work with. But
but
now that I'm in a hospital,
you still did
I still,
like at least a
I mean,
lash and
I still did like a
eyebrows.
little bit of
Shit like that.
mascara,
Like that's fine.
stuff
That's
like that.
fine.
Yeah,
But
stuff like that. But like now that I'm like facing people every day, I mean, it's different. I mean, there's some people that don't put on makeup at all, but it's just, I do it just so that way I'm like, all right, I'm a little bit decent, just a little bit, not a lot, and I
yeah,
make time for it.
I just feel like
But
put
then
on
there,
put on what's
since I'm at the hospital too, I can only put makeup. I should only put them on from here up because the mask
because
on.
you got a mask,
So
right?
I
Right.
mean,
I
it
just
works. But I heard they're dropping that soon though over here.
I
So
mean
I
they
don't know.
should. I mean I think so. That's a whole nother
There's a whole bunch
subject,
of
but
maybe, maybe not. That's a whole other different. Trust me.
I just feel like you just need to put on what's necessary, like you said, for what is the occasion, or if you're going to work, or if you're going to a party, put on what's
And I
necessary. You
think
don't.
I just think it depends on the dress code of your job because I know
Yeah,
ours is like you have to come in, groomed. They're not telling you come in full blown, but look presentable. You are
yeah,
representing.
yeah, for sure. But there's always those few people that just take way too long trying to just put too much on. That's my whole
I
thing. Just putting
mean,
too much
that's how
on.
you make time for it.
Hey, that means
Unlike
if you were
Super can't make up early. Super can let's just say you just can't wake up super early. Okay, Super
yeah,
cannot wake up super early.
if you were that type of person, you'd probably have to wake up at 2 o'clock instead of 3:30.
Probably,
Exactly.
probably, most
Just an
likely.
inconvenience. That's it. But
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much.
um
But it's
all right,
not
let
too bad.
me let me let me take you back to a little bit of your childhood. When you were young, if you could remember one thing that you wanted to grow up to be, what was it?
I wanted to be a veterinarian. I don't know
Okay.
what it was, but from like I get it. I want to say like the age of 5, and so not 5, like maybe 3. Let's go back even younger, like maybe 3 to maybe about I want to say like 15 16 maybe, I wanted to be a veterinarian. I don't know what it was about, but I wanted to work with animals. Mind you, we didn't really have animals growing up. Like, we had fishes, but those are fishes. They're in water. They're really simple and easy to take care of. But I really wanted to work with animals. I don't know what it was. Maybe because I wanted a dog as a little kid so badly.
I was about to say.
And I think that was it. So I wanted to be a veterinarian. And I mean, anytime like at school, especially like elementary school, every time the teacher's like, oh, write something, your future career. I want to be a veterinarian every single time. Right. Like, no matter what year it was, no matter how many people, oh, you could do this, you could do that. I was so set in stone on being a veterinarian for like the longest time. And then I slowly like fell out of it once I got like 16. And then I was like, all right, I'm over it.
I was about to say, because usually, typically, with people in general, right? Like the things that you don't got, you kind of like long for it a little bit more.
Pretty much, yeah.
It may be for like a small time frame, maybe for your whole life, but it's just like, I don't know. That's just the way, we see people having things, and especially as a kid, you know what I mean? You see kids with dogs and pets and stuff. You're like, oh, I want one. Oh, I just got this fish. I can't.
Yeah, I can't. I got a fish. I can't take care of it. Like, what do you do?
I can't
you're
walk
dead.
my
You
fish.
You can't swim no more. Oh, that means you're dead. Okay, flush you down the toilet. Like, next. Like, like there's nothing you can do about that. But
come on,
I guess
Nemo.
It had to be that.
Come on, Nemo.
Let me tie this little string to you and drag you across the street and let's just go.
Or what is that?
I want to see if a fish can fly, and I throw it in the air and it still falls. Like,
what did the girl do in Finding Nemo? Why are you sleeping?
All shaking the bag. He's like, yeah.
Done. No.
Dunzo.
I feel bad.
But yeah, no.
I feel bad for fishies. I feel bad for fishies. Oh man.
I'm feeling bad for fishies.
Yeah, that's it. Well, we're gonna move on to the next segment, guys. We got to know Janae just a little bit more. If you guys do want to get to know her more, you can find her on the stream. I'll put that in the link below. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I'll put the link for her Twitch stream. You guys can check her out. Plays a lot of Fortnite and a couple other games, but she's always laughing in there. Like, trust me, there's so much laughing. There's so much yelling. So much yelling.
So much raging. There's a lot of things that go on Fortnite.
But it's super fun. Yeah, link will be in the description below. But we're gonna move on to our next category. I did say I was gonna bring up a story from Reddit, and then we are gonna talk about it. So I'm gonna be doing this probably every show, if not every other show. But I just put up a random one. I didn't read it yet, so this is the first time I'm reading it too. So are you ready, Janae?
Born to be ready. I was born ready. Born to be ready. I was born ready. I can't talk right now.
So this person, I don't know if it's a male or female, but I think as we read along, we'll
figure it out.
It will figure it out. But the title is, "Am I wrong for assuming I was assaulted?" Not assaulted. Actually, I'll take that back. Let me say it one more time. Am I wrong for assuming? Hey, relax. I can edit this out.
I know you can, but you're not.
Right.
Content.
Am I wrong for assuming I was insulted? I recently went on a week's vacation with a group of people and my husband. One of the couples in our group were constantly arguing, their kids screaming. This is important for later, in apostrophe quotations. In my opinion, it was the guy causing most of the arguments, and it was all over stupid stuff. He gets irritated easily, and his toddler son screaming constantly doesn't help. The reasons I believe his son acts that way is a complete different scenario. He also blames his partner for that. On the last day of the trip, he finds some of us that start saying how his partner is always a cunt. I don't want to say that. He was going on about how she never says what she means and she means what she's and wait, let me say that again. He was going on about how she never says what she means and means what she says. And this person that's telling the story, oh wow, he called her out too. And that person, you do the same thing all the time. My husband and I never fight. I asked for specific examples, to which he had none. We started arguing because I was sick of his behavior and told him he makes everyone uncomfortable. So this is the girl talking to the husband that was arguing with his wife.
Got it.
My father-in-law said he didn't, and I should just not argue back because he's just being him, and I hate that as an excuse. My husband was about to say something when I was dragged into his rants and insulted, but I shut the friend down before my husband could interject. I still don't think I'm wrong, but I've been wondering if I'm just biased or just basing it off of my father-in-law's perspective. I'm mad enough with this guy's constant fighting, and I told my husband I'm never going on a trip with them involved again, and gave the guy the cold shoulder the rest of the night and the entire time in the airport the next day. Oh, okay. So these are two different families that are friends that went on a trip together. That's why. Okay, that was a little bit of background story. So obviously, friends, two different separate families went on a trip, and family number one, family number one was arguing, and apparently the guy or the husband was causing most of the fights, according to everybody else, or according to the girl or this person that was talking. And this person stepped in and I guess tried to de-escalate it, but then she got irritated and then it escalated higher. And apparently the guy that started the arguments was insulting her, but she's asking, is she wrong for assuming she was insulted?
I would say no. I mean, because like I'm not saying no because you had to like, okay, if you're on a let's like say me and Duke and then you and Marina go on a trip, right?
Yeah.
And then you just say me and Duke are like constantly fighting every single time we always go on a vacation, and Marina's going to like, really?
Yeah,
like,
Marina comes into Duke and like, really, Duke?
Like really, Duke? Like really, we're doing this again? Like this is like the 5th vacation we've gone on, and you guys are always doing this. So I mean, she's not wrong. I mean, if you're irritated by something and you're trying to de-escalate it because it is kind of ruining your trip, then yeah, you can speak up and say something. There's nothing wrong with it. But then she kind of said she did she did do the right thing though. They're not going on vacations no more. I would have stopped after like the 3rd vacation. I don't know how many. I don't know how many vacations they've been on together. But
apparently
I mean, I would have been done
guess.
after like yeah, it had been quite a few. But I would have been done after like the 2nd one. I'm like, all right, now okay, the first one, okay, I can understand. Okay, cool, whatever. But if this is like a constantly thing, I'd have been done after the 2nd vacation. Like with the quickness, I'd have been done. Like nah, bro. So and it sounds like he's unhappy, honestly. Like if you're constantly arguing, like his wife needs to pack up and just go. Like I'm not saying that's like always the right thing to do, but I mean if this is like constantly going on and on and on, girlfriend, pack up and go. I mean, I know it's easier said than done. I understand that. In a woman's perspective, it's easier. It's not that easy because you're so attached to somebody like that, and then you have kids involved and things like that. But it's time to pack it up and just go at that point.
It's time to pack it up. But I think we both agree that, yeah, she stepped in and tried to de-escalate it or whatever. That was right. Maybe not. Maybe getting frustrated on her part while trying to de-escalate it. Maybe she could have handled it better. But
she was probably getting frustrated because he was probably still like I said, he was started insulting her and going off on her.
Yeah, so that's what it says.
That's why So
he said, "You do the same thing all the time," pointing to her. So is she wrong for assuming that was an insult? I think that was an insult because then now he brought her personally
into their situation. Yeah. So a situation that she's not even involved. Like whatever issues they got or he just has personally with his wife, it's between them. You don't gotta you're acting just like her. Whoa, what? Hold on. Why are you pointing at me?
I mean, like if I was the guy, right? If I was the guy and I'm arguing whatever, and my friend comes in, like you come in and you try to like de-escalate or whatever. Yeah, maybe I'll be upset and be like, "Hey, mind your own business," whatever. But then I shouldn't be telling you, Janae. I shouldn't be saying, "Oh, you do this all the time too. So why don't you take care of your issues?" You know what I mean? I pretty much insulted you. Like, for me as that person, if I'm in that person position, I'd be like, I appreciate you trying to de-escalate, but let us handle our business. You guys can go. You know what I mean? That'd be the best way to do it.
I would just like look at, what, cool, like let's go. Like remove yourself. Don't escalate. Don't dismiss everybody else. Dismiss yourself out the situation. Just go.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, yeah. I wasn't trying to tell you to leave the bar or wherever we're at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
I'll just go and stay over there.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah.
Like go stay over there and I'll go this way just so you guys we're not in your guys.
Yeah.
just for the time
ruining
being.
your
But
fun. Yeah.
don't freaking don't
No, I
don't.
wouldn't know. She doesn't know. She has every right to feel like that,
Yeah,
especially in that situation. Like, you're on vacation. Okay, when you're on vacation, you want to have fun, relax, enjoy wherever you're at. And then having to deal with that couple that's always arguing, that's when you just stop inviting that couple too. Like, when you just know they're constantly arguing back and forth, you just don't invite them anymore. You just,
yeah.
take
Not
them out, group chat, all that, that's done. Like,
I
like make a
just
new
not
side group chat.
just not to the casual outings. Maybe like the big outings where everybody's invited. Okay, invite them at that time. But not like
Yeah.
if we want to go to the bar, watch the game this weekend. Yeah, maybe take them.
Mhm. Yeah, not small get-togethers. Like, you could
Yeah.
then get invited to this big gathering, but the little, like, nah. But then again, I wouldn't even invite them to a big gathering, because if you're gonna act like that, nah. Telling you, I would make a whole new
I
group
mean,
chat on the side and be like, "Hey, we're going here without them," or just secretly invite homegirl, like, "Hey, we wanted you to go, but don't bring him along." But
or at least be upfront and be like, "Hey, we're gonna invite you, but you guys gotta like handle you guys' business." You know what I mean?
yeah, for
Because
real, no,
then
like, you have to be upfront.
Because then I'm just the type of person that like, yeah, I don't want to leave people out because yeah, they're my friends. But at that point, like, I might as well just not be friends with them anymore if I'm not going to invite them to
True.
anything ever. You know what I mean?
But I mean, yeah, no, you could always like look at like, hey, like, we want you guys to go because we all have fun, but we're not trying to deal with you guys' issues. Like, we all go out, we're gonna go have fun. We're not trying to hear, oh, she did this and blah 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 and yada yada, and your kid's crying off his lungs and
Yeah. I mean,
all that other stuff.
if the boys are going with the boys, okay, they can vent. The girls going with the girls, you guys can vent. But then when we're all together as couples,
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
Man, it's
I
crazy.
feel sorry for her. They had to deal with that, man.
I just wonder where they went.
Oh,
And
she
it
didn't
seems
say. Oh, she
like,
said,
yeah, nah, not too much backstory, just kind of the specific like thing that happened. And then also, I was like kind of like triggered seeing the word, the CUNT in there,
yeah.
like
Mm-hmm. See, that's what I'm,
disrespected his own
and
wife.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, girlfriend, pack it up, take the kid and go. That's what. That was me. I'd have been like, oh, really? Heard you. Cool. Packed up. Go. I'm done.
Let me
No,
ask, like, what
there's
is?
no way you're gonna call me out of line. Like, there's no way you're gonna call me out of my name like that, especially in front of people too. Nah,
Yeah,
it's not gonna happen like that.
what point does a relationship or an argument or whatever has to get to for you to decide to pack up and go? Because then there's some times where things are said on accident. You know what I mean? I don't know
True.
if you
No,
believe
I
in
think it
that.
just depends. I think it just depends on the argument and like what's being said. If it's like a constant thing, like, if it's like something like just happens, like a small argument, okay, brush it off. But I'm like saying, like, if it's, she said it's constantly happening, they're always
Yeah.
arguing every single time. It's just like, all right, like this, that's just an unhealthy relationship right there. That's a toxic relationship right there. Like, again, I understand from a woman's perspective, it's not that easy to leave, especially when you're emotionally attached to someone and you've seen them in a different light versus the way they act around people
Yeah.
and whatnot. But there, like you said, there's a point that we all have at a certain point to where you're just physically and emotionally done with that situation. So it's
Yeah,
not, it's easier
exactly.
said. It's an easier said than,
Yeah,
that's what it
exactly.
is.
And
But I'm
it
saying,
makes
oh, pack
it
it up and leave, like, over a small argument over, oh, you couldn't figure out what to go eat or something like that. But no, it takes time for things to escalate to a certain point in a relationship or even a friendship where you've like I said, you've came to that limit, you hit that wall to where you're just done, you're over it, no more. You're not gonna keep putting yourself through, the mental abuse, the physical abuse, if it's physical abuse in there, things like that. But there's, like I said, I just think there's a certain point to where you just know it's just time to go. And especially like that, I would have just up and leave. I would have just situation. Oh, you call me this? Cool. Come on, son. Come on, or what? Whatever kid I got near me. Let's go. Like, your dad's tripping. Like, bye. Like, but that's what I mean. Like, pack it up. Like, not over like a small argument, but like something like that that is just building and building and building an ongoing thing over a long period of time. Then yeah, it's time to just go. But like I said, I understand when it comes to certain things, it's hard to leave because I said you have, like I said, you've seen that person in a different light. You see the person act this way, not like this way. It just depends on the situation, I guess you can say that.
Yeah, definitely, and it makes it even harder when, like you said, they're connected emotionally and all that stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
when they got kids, that makes it even worse
Mm-hmm.
because
Because you don't want your
now,
kids to go through that and see
yeah,
that. Now they're seeing this and that. Yeah. And then they're thinking, oh, well, this is how,
exactly.
daddy treated mommy and mommy. No, it's just a whole nother different thing.
Yeah. That's a whole nother
It's a
issue
whole
on
nother
this
different
world.
issue.
Like
Yeah.
kids, like I'm gonna just say this, we'll talk probably I'll talk about it deeper like later in another podcast, but I will say this. Kids need both parents. That's plain and
Yeah.
simple. They need both
Mm-hmm.
parents, and if stuff happens, stuff happens, and you can definitely see the impact that it has on the kid's life as they get older. When it's just one parent or even no parents. So
And trust me, kids are going to ask later down the road. Like they're going to ask about, oh, what happened to mom or what happened to dad or, what happened to my parents, this and that.
yeah,
It
yeah.
does take an effect for sure.
Well, there's your Reddit. Am I wrong? Part of this podcast. It was my bad. I kind of butchered the story. Maybe I should read it beforehand, so I kind of get an idea, and then I'm not like what does that say? Because
What does that say? What? He
yeah.
did what?
Well, it's in trial and tribulation. This is the first episode of Welcome to the Deep, right? So, but that I think doing that is kind of interesting. I like to see different people's stories and then kind of
Mm-hmm.
because then it might be relatable. We might had a similar time and
Like I've heard, we all share the same. We're all share the same book, just different story. Well, we all share the same story, just it's written differently.
yeah, exactly.
There you go. We all share the same story, just written differently.
But I want to take this time out real quick to shout out all you listeners out here. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I appreciate you guys coming through. All you Spotify listeners, thank you again. If you guys are on Spotify and you guys haven't already, please do me a favor and rate this podcast. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's out of 5 stars. Whichever is fine. There is going to be a question in at the bottom. You guys can answer it. Feel free to. If you guys are on YouTube, comment down below what you guys think of what we talked about so far in the podcast. If you guys hadn't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then put the notification button on so that you guys know whenever a new video or an episode is posted. But we're gonna get back to some of the questions, and I got some whimsical questions for you, Janae. I just wanted to kind of get your take on it, or see
Okay.
where you're at. I should have sent you this questions before, but we'll just let you do it.
All
We'll
right.
let you do it on the fly.
For sure. Let's
uh,
go.
we'll do an easy one. We'll do an easy one. What was your favorite subject in school? Easy.
Math.
Just like
I
me.
love numbers. I
Just
love
like me.
numbers. But when I got to calculus, I said, screw it. Nope, no more. Nope.
Bro, same.
I
That's,
did statistics. But calculus, nah. You
I
lost me
mean,
there.
I tell people all the time, like math is
I
black
enjoyed
and white.
math.
Math is black and white because it's either
Yeah.
right or wrong. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You go
I
back and
enjoyed
you
it.
could tell exactly where you got it wrong, switch it or
Mm-hmm.
not switch it, change to how you're supposed to do it, and then boom, you got the right answer.
Yep.
Compared to
I loved math.
freaking English, you like
I loved math. Oh yeah, English. I hated English.
same.
English. And what was the other class that I took? I forgot what other class I took. I just did not like English was one of them.
What,
I
history?
hated English. No, history. Actually, I like learning about different cultures. You know this. I like
Yeah,
learning about different cultures and things and like backgrounds about that.
yeah.
So history was actually interesting to me.
I think I just hated my teacher. That's it in history.
Probably, most likely, most likely. But I think English was like my worst subject ever that I hated taking. But I mean, I had to take it.
Okay, next question. I mean, it changes, so either now or before, like what is your biggest pet peeve?
Cracky knuckles.
Really?
I don't like the sound of it. I cannot. It's like nails on a chalkboard.
Oh, you
Don't you
can't hear
dare.
it. You can't hear it.
Good. It's like nails on a chalkboard for me. Like when Duke does it, he knows. He like looks at me and I'm like, what? He goes, cover your ears. Cause it's just something about the sound of it is like nails on a chalkboard for me. And it's just like, I don't know what it is. Like I can't crack my own knuckles. like growing up, my mom was like, you crack your knuckles, you're gonna get these balls on your knuckles, blah blah. But cracking your knuckles and frogs scare the crap out of me. But that's a totally other different thing. That's like my biggest fear is frogs.
You know what's crazy? Like our parents told us so many things to scare us.
Yep.
That's not true.
I know the knuckle thing's not true, but
the knuckle thing is not true.
It's not true. I just don't. I can crack my neck all day, I can crack my back, and I can crack everything else and perfectly fine. But when it comes to knuckles, it's just something about it to where I'm just like, no.
So your mom said you crack your knuckles, you're gonna get these bubbles on your knuckles, right? So
yeah.
Did she tell you also like what my freaking parents told me that like if I keep biting my nails, my fingers are gonna get shorter?
No, I didn't get told that.
So
no.
So as I kept getting older, I was like, my fingers are not getting shorter. They're lying.
No, it was I got the whole bubbles on my knuckles, and then I got told like like when you make a face as a kid because you want to be funny, and then my mom would be like, if you don't, if you fix your face now, it'll get stuck like that, and I would always make a face to see if it got stuck like that. It never did.
Bro, that was funny, man. Another one is when you're in the car and driving at nighttime. My mom always told me not to turn the light on inside the car because we get pulled over.
Yeah, you get pulled over. Yep.
That is not true.
That's not true at all.
Bro, that's the craziest thing, man. That's the craziest thing.
I can't like when people turn on in my car, like I don't mind it, but I'm like, all right, when it's like a long, okay, like I can't, like it's messy with my vision. Like I'm already blind as it is. So seeing that extra light, just trying to look out, yeah, no.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. There's so much things I remember my parents telling me, but I can't think of them right now. Those are some of the things, though.
Those are the top things that I can remember.
Yeah, exactly.
From growing up, versus those like where I just stuck to them all my life.
Even I caught myself thinking that like just recently, like probably last year, and we were driving and I think my wife couldn't see something, so she turned the light on. I was like, "Whoa, what are you doing?" Like just naturally.
You
and
naturally like, just like, "Wait, what are you doing? What you doing?"
Yeah, right. And I was like, "Oh wait, never mind. It's fine. We can leave the light on." What am I doing? So it's like those things, man. They engrave your parents engrave these things in your head.
The back of our minds, pretty much. That's what it is.
Scare you, man.
That's what it is.
All right. We'll get to a couple more serious questions, and then we're gonna end the podcast. So, thank you again, Janae, for coming through. I appreciate it.
Problem.
Thanks
for having me.
I think so. As a podcast whole, I think you're my second guest, but for this new rebranding, you're my first guest.
Nice. So, I feel honored. Thank you.
What better to have a special guest than a former podcaster? So
I make appearances every now and then.
So here we go on this next question. If you won $10 million tomorrow, what would you spend it on? And before you answer it, I'm going to tell you what I think you're going to spend it on. I think you're just going to cut everybody off from your life and just go live on your own.
Well, I hear Supa's getting a cut. Got you. I heard you. Got it.
Right. No, but yeah, if you won $10 million tomorrow, the lottery, what would you spend it on?
I would take care of my mom first because that's my mom. And then I would definitely move out of California. I would be in Arizona most likely because I'm not even with 10 million. I would not stay here. Like I would still not stay here. No, there's no way. Nah.
No.
I would literally buy a house, invest for sure. Take care of debt, get Duke out there to take care of Duke's debt, wherever he has debt on. Honestly, just invest and just save up, and then with the investment, I'm making more. So
what? Do I hear a wedding?
There might be a wedding. Hey, he did tell me there may be a wedding next year.
Oh, what?
So, yeah, he dropped that ball in Vegas.
Oh, he like actually proposed?
No. Like
it was just like a general question.
Yeah, just a general question. Like
he was just testing water to see.
Yeah. Someone asked him like, "Oh, so when's the wedding?" He's like, "Oh, 2024." And I'm like, "Next year's 20. Like we're literally days away from 2023." Huh?
Yeah.
And then like it just like kind of just flew in my head for a second. And then like I remember in our Airbnb, like he just said next year. Okay, then I guess be prepared at all times for something randomly that he does. Because I can't like surprise him because he's the most impatient person, like the most impatient person ever. He no. You try to tell him, "Oh, I have something planned for us." What is it? You can't be like, "Oh, I can't tell you." He
Right.
will bug and bug and bug and bug it because he does not like surprises. He's just one of those. But yeah, no, there's a wedding made next year. You'll
Okay.
get the invite. Don't worry.
No, I wasn't doubting. That's why I didn't ask. But going back to the 10
The
million.
question,
That's
yeah, no, I would definitely. The first thing I would do is definitely take care of my. I took care of myself.
yeah.
That's mom. She held me for 9.5, almost 10 months because I came out late. So yeah,
Damn, you were stubborn. You was like, nah,
I
don't
was
don't don't
stubborn.
put me in this
Nah,
freaking
nah, nah,
crazy
nah.
world.
Exactly. I was supposed to be born right before Christmas, and that didn't happen.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
that's I tell you what though, all you people listening and stuff, like people don't realize that people are dumb when they win the lottery. People are dumb, and the smartest thing to do is exactly what Janae said. You take care of yours first, right? Which is
Hmm.
you, your family, all the debt. Take care of all the debt, and then the next thing
I
you
think I
do,
think taking care of debt's more like is included with taking care of yourself, like getting
yeah,
what you need
yeah,
done. Yeah.
exactly. You need that freedom, right?
Hmm.
And so once all of that is taken care of, the next thing you said, invest.
Invest.
Exactly what you're supposed to do, because like if you get $10 million, that doesn't mean you just have $10 million. You know
Well,
what I'm
none of that. You're not
saying?
even gonna get to. Yeah, you're not gonna get 10 million. They're gonna crap out
Oh yeah,
of
you
it.
probably get like, let's say just say half. You probably get 5 million in that. But
Yeah.
even at that, you're not just getting $5 million. Once you invest, you're gonna get another five. You get another five, another five.
Hmm.
Like, come on now. Like just be smart with your
Invest
money.
it.
That's it, man. So we get into deep questions. We got two more, and then we're gonna end the show. So, what do you think the world will look like? Let's say in 50 years.
50
You know what?
years.
I'm gonna bring it down because I want
I'm
you in the
like
world too.
50.
I was gonna say I want you in
I'm
the
like
world too, because
50.
we might
I'll be
not be there.
82. I'll be 82 at that point.
We might not be. So, what do you think the world will look like in 10 years?
In 10 years.
I mean, it could just be in general, or it could be what you
Um,
are doing in life in the world.
Honestly, I don't even know. I mean, there's the whole electric car thing that's happening, and I hope that doesn't happen because I'm a person that does not like not doing it.
It's probably gonna happen.
Um, it probably won't happen,
Yeah.
honestly. Let's be honest. Let me turn on this. Let's be honest. I mean, I can still see it being the way it is. Maybe things be, of course, more pricier than they are. Or you know what? Maybe they'd be cheaper because I keep hearing the stock market's gonna crash or like the housing market's gonna crash.
Yep.
Everything's gonna come to a crash
Yep.
because of inflation right now. So I don't know. I want to say it might be the same, just might be a little bit not as expensive, maybe depending on what state you're in. California, they're done. I can forget. It's gonna be way too expensive in 10 years.
Oh
Like,
yeah, for sure.
it'd be way too expensive to live here. But yeah, I would say it'd probably be this a little bit probably like around the same, just dealing with things crashing and things going down and then inflation and things like that. But yeah, I don't think that electric car bill is gonna pass. Like they're gonna discontinue that real quick. Cause like, I don't know if you heard, well, I know out here they reported Tesla just took back like 365
Oh yes,
thousand
I
cars.
saw that. I didn't look into it, but I saw that they're recalling all the cars.
Yeah, they're recalling all those cars, and I'm like, yeah, y'all want to like 2035 or something like that. I'm like, yeah, if this is happening now. I doubt y'all are gonna keep going with electric.
We shall see. And
We shall see.
the thing that scares me with anything in the world is these freaking movies. And I tend to be very gullible, and I'm like, damn. Especially like iRobot and these Walking Dead. I'm like, bro, come on now. Sometimes
Hey,
it sounds like they're speaking the truth, and I'm like,
they're
shit, that's
talking
really
about
happening.
robots are gonna replace us and put in jobs and things like that. You
Yeah,
know.
exactly. I mean, they already kind of started with like basic
Mhm.
robots. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like those like back in the days where they had freaking toothpaste companies, people manually screwing on the toothpastes, but now
Hmm.
freaking it's
They're
all
machines.
machines.
Hmm.
And look at the technology nowadays with AIs. My gosh, freaking AI is like,
But see, I still think we'll be okay with AIs because those things are going to break down. They're going to have problems. They're going to have this. There's always things that need to be upgraded or updone and upkeep and things like that.
yeah. No, you're not wrong. You're not
So,
wrong. It's just
because
those
you can get like,
freaking It's just those freaking movies, man. When those
don't
AIs are
let the
like,
movies
right?
get to you,
No, right.
papa.
So when the AIs, they're like, they detect the problem within themselves. They try to upgrade themselves, and then boom, they get
Mm.
smarter, and then they're like, I don't need this
Hey, it's
human
okay. We'll
anymore.
just call Will Smith and he'll just blast them all. We're good. We're
That
good. We'll
is
be fine.
funny. That is funny. But yeah, so we're coming to the end of the show. Janae, thank you again for coming through. Is there any final words that you want to let the people know that's listening?
Did you have one more question? I thought you said two more. That was just one,
Oh,
I guess.
you know what? Because one was 5 years and one was 50 years, so I just did it 10 years.
Okay, never mind. Okay, I was like, wait, didn't you have one more? Okay. Final words? No, I have none.
Any shout outs? Any?
Shout outs to Supa because he's super and he's super awesome and super amazing. And he's not a super bully sometimes, but you know, it's okay.
I'm not a bully.
Hi mom. I don't know if you're gonna watch this, but hi mom.
Probably
Duke, of course,
not.
my better half, my other half, Duke, who's in Chicago because that's where he lives at the moment. Who else? Just the gang, my gangy, my people that I support. You know, Ulu Soka, Poka La Loca, Kai Shiesty, Tank, all y'all. I can't name Jack. There's the list goes on. It goes on and on. But shout out to the people that are there, that have been there, that are still there. You know, shout out to all my followers on Twitch. If you follow me, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I mean, I'm
freaking
a very small streamer, but you know, appreciate the love when you guys do come through.
Freaking speaking of freaking,
shout out my parents because they had me. There you go.
Hey, there you go. But speaking of freaking Ulu Soka, she's freaking great. She's almost partner. I just wanted to put it out there.
She's almost partner. Yep.
And
she's almost partner, guys.
Another, I like to say this, but another Polynesian representing us in the Twitch community. So that's great. But I met Ulu through. No wait, I met you through Ulu.
Met me through Ulu.
Yeah. So I thought, yo guys, I thought Janae was Polynesian. I don't know if you remember that.
I know, I remember that because you asked, "Are you Paul?" I was like, "No," but you look it. I know. I get it. It depends. It depends on my hairstyle.
Yeah, exactly. And then you showed me old pictures, and I was like, "Yeah, you hella look like Polynesian back then."
Yeah. I had the tan. Trust me. Let me get some more sun. I'm telling you, I look more Polynesian than you.
Yeah, and it just keep your hair out curly. Then that's
Exactly. You know, it's a wrap.
Man. I am losing my color, man. Holy crap!
It's
look
okay.
at
It's
that.
about to be. Oh my gosh.
Cuz relax,
Oh my goodness.
relax, cuz.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
But that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thank you for listening in. Thank you for watching. If you guys are on YouTube, actually, you know what? Spotify has video too, so the video will be on Spotify. So thank you guys for watching and listening. I appreciate you guys. Again, comment down below, answer the questions. The links that I mentioned earlier will be in the description below. So it was a great show. And we'll catch you guys on the next one every week, right? Every week we'll be diving into a different subject. We'll be talking about different thoughts and stuff like that. I may try and get another guest. I want to make this podcast what is that called? Guest influenced, meaning like I have a guest on every episode, you know, because there's only so much that you guys can just listen to me, right? right, Janae? There's only so much you can listen to me. You're
only like, so much, and you're like, okay, yeah, no, thanks so much.
But yeah, we're gonna end the show, guys, and that's it, man. Janae, thank you again. We'll catch you guys on the next episode of Welcome to the Deep. We out.